Hey guys, it's your girl and I'm back with another video, and today I'm bringing you a cast video of Mr. Shane Winter's life. Now, I know I talked a little bit about his story in one of Brooklyn's episodes, but today it's all about him and why he lives in Sulani and his backstory and his family. Now, if y'all forgot, Shane has the eco-innovator aspiration, the maker trait, the family-oriented trait, and the loner trait. And I'll go back and I'll explain why. And this is his daughter. Now, I remade her because she fits in the storyline a lot better now. Her name is the same. Her trait is the same. I just made her a mermaid, and I'll tell you why in a second. See, when Kendra was born, her mother passed away from giving birth, which was really sad and heartbreaking, and all of this stuff and all of these emotions. And so that's kind of why Shane is a single dad. So he's used to the mermaid lifestyle. He's used to being around that. He doesn't have to be one to understand, to see. And he really likes it. And that's just how he was raised, to be open-minded and be very not closed off. So he's taking it day by day being a single dad, and I swear to God, this little girl is the cutest thing ever. It took me forever just to give her all these outfits. And when I'm making girls and cute girls, I usually give them like 4 or 5 outfits. So she is the cutest toddler ever. Honestly, she's everything. So yeah, I think she's really cute. She really brings color into his life. Sometimes when he just wants to stop and he just wants to give up, but he can't because he has a daughter. So her mother was a mermaid, and therefore she is one too. Usually when you have a child with a occult sim, they're either going to be that exact occult sim or they're going to be human. So let's meet the rest of his family. We have his mother, Isabella Winter. I call her Isabel, but her name is Isabella Winter. She wants to be, she is a world famous author. She has a lot of books. She does a lot of podcasts. She does all of that stuff. So she is family oriented. She is creative, and she is a little jealous. Now, when we think of jealous, she's more jealous of her husband. He's able to switch his personality from work to home, and even though she's family oriented, she can't do that. And that's something she envies. And it's not a bad thing. She's working on it. They've been married for a long time. So it's still a work in progress every day. So when it comes to her style, I kind of went with cool mom, but not overly dressed adult, because she lives very chill and very comfortable. She has a chill and very comfortable lifestyle. So I didn't want to go too much, too little, but I didn't want to do too much. So she dresses very however she's feeling. I think all of her outfits and her in general just came out really good. And then this is her husband. His name is Sean Winter, and he is merman. His traits are maker. He's a bro and he's ambitious. So he is a businessman, and on the weekends he is a manual laborer because he just likes to work with his hands and just likes to be very active, and he's a kinetic learner. So that's he likes to use his hands a lot and does it that way. And he looks exactly like his son. They look exactly like each other, like exactly. And it's really, really scary and really, really. I do that a lot. I kind of make them look exactly like each other, usually. And it scares me how similar they turn out to be. Now, the rest of these three Sims is Shane's auntie and favorite cousin. And this is Jordan Harper. This is his only auntie. And if you can tell, this is Isabella's twin sister. Now, they do look alike. I think the only difference is Isabella is darker than Jordan. They have different skin complexion, but mostly about them, everything about them is the same. So, yeah. So, all of her outfits are very chill because, again, she lives on the island. Isabella does not. They live off-world somewhere. So, she lives on the island with her husband and their son. Like I said, her outfits are very fit for Sulani, not fit for the city. So she is really just enjoying her life, and even though she is an adult, she doesn't see it that way. She just goes with the flow, and she just picks it up as she can. Now, she is a friend to the world, which means she's very talkative and she just loves to meet people and be around people. And she has a career in social media, and she's very confident. She's very okay with her style, and even though she's older, it doesn't mean that she can't dress a certain way. And she's outgoing. She never likes to see someone being sad, so she's very friendly and very open. I think that's something that the whole family shares. And then this is her husband, Jeremiah Harper, and I don't know what to really say about him. He's very daddish. Like, that's the only word I could really think of. He's such a dad and so in love with his wife, and so he's just a dad. So he is a chef. He is romantic. He is a child of the island, and he's a little crazy. And I think that's why him and Jordan work so well, because she's not afraid of her own mouth. She's not afraid to say things. And that's why they work so well, because he has unpredictable emotions. And she has an unpredictable mouth. So they go together some of the times. When they fight, it's really bad. And then last but not least, this is their son, Ty Harper. He is the music head of the family. He loves music. He is in love with Sulani because he's been here his whole life. And he's been on land, so he's kind of been both. So he's kind of been blessed with both things and just in both worlds. And he prefers Sulani over the city and over Willow Creek and over Oasis Springs. He just loves the city. loves Sulani. So he's definitely the music one in the family. Even though everybody's very musical, he just chose this as a career because it's one of his many passions. His style is like, you know, new century, new generation versus tradition and old, like old ways, and just he's just figuring it out. Now they do have more kids, but I couldn't make all of them because we're already at like 6 or 7 Sims, and I had to delete the dog, and I will put him back when I get everybody moved out. So let's talk about Shane's relationships with everyone. Now his relationship with his mom is kind of severed, and the only reason that is because after Isabella and Sean had Shane, he found out that she found out that she couldn't have any more children. So she was done having kids, and for that reason, even though she loves him dearly, she really never like forgave him, I guess. She was kind of mad that that was going to be his only, like, that was going to be her only child. And I think Sean was either like, we could adopt, we could do more, and you just don't want to do it because you're being stubborn. You want to be resentful and you want to do all this stuff, but there is ways that you can do things. So, but that was a long time ago. So I think the relationship is getting back to some type of normal, but it's not going to be 100% right now, especially right now. So I think Isabella is considering adoption. I would hope she would have considered that a long time ago, because Shane is a young adult and also a father. So he's kind of already started his life, and I think he just wants his mom to start hers and be happy with hers and not worry about him so much, because I think he thinks that she's resentful towards him because of the fact that he has kids and he's starting his family. So that's one reason. His dad has always been in his life. His dad has always been there, so that was a good support system for him. A really good support system. Like, they are best friends. They tell each other everything, every heartbreak, every laugh, every tear. It's just, everything is there for them. And I love them. They make a really good duo and a really good couple, like really good, just, they're just awesome. Like, they just have a really good bond. I just love it a lot. He also loves his auntie dearly. I think his aunt was more of a mom than his own mom to him. She was more of a mother figure to him than his mom, which is sometimes is the case for most people. I know for me, some of my friends, we kind of went through that phase. Even though my mother, was there, it was kind of like very tricky to figure out. But for Shane, this is his mother figure, and this is who he grew up with and who taught him how to do everything. And then there's Jeremiah. Now he gets along different with Jeremiah. He's kind of figured out that, like, he's crazy, so he's got to be very careful of how he talks to him and how he interacts with him. So he doesn't dislike him, he doesn't hate him, he just doesn't, he got to be very cautious of how he talks to him. And then last but not least, this is his favorite cousin. They have grew up together, they have done everything together. they have a very strong bond, just like Sean and his father. They have a very, very unbreakable bond. And if Brooklyn even thinks about coming in here and changing that, which I know she wouldn't because I know her, because I made her, um, that's going to be problems and trouble, because this is like his brother. This is like the only brother he has. And this is like the only person that knows his life and knows all the hardships he went through with Kendra's mom and losing her and rebuilding himself and being a dad and do all of that stuff. So he is the only person his age that knows that. And he hasn't really let anybody in. So that's why I gave him the loner trait. It's not because he's socially awkward and doesn't like people. He's just, you know, scared to let people in and scared to let people see him. But he's a really good, down to earth person. So I really think Brooklyn would fit well into this family. But she hasn't made any choices yet. I haven't made any choices yet. The next episode is coming really, really soon. So I hope y'all stay tuned to see what Brooklyn does. Because I have a very, very big day planned. And I'm not really going to say much. Y'all just are going to have to watch the next episode. And I hope y'all like the cast video. And I hope y'all like the backstory. Alright, bye guys.